Dressmakers and friends, welcome again on the channel. In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you 3 luxury fabric beading design. If this video sounds like what you would like to see, keep watching, like, subscribe, and share with your other sewing friends. In the first and second design, I'm going to be making use of this nylon thread, which is our invisible thread, and in the last design, I'm going to be making use of our regular thread. I have here on my table broken beads, which I'm going to be using. So we are going to be creating this design that you already see on the neckline of the blouse. This is what I'm going to continue on this net. I'm using a net, and that's why I chose to use invisible thread. So take a number of beads just like this, okay, and then you are going to go back into your dress just as seen. I'm going to zoom it in so that you can see what I just did clearly. Now take a look, pick up your beads and then go back, okay, just like you are using the back stitch, okay. Go back halfway into the number of beads you pick, just like this, okay. Just pay attention at how I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be doing this a multiple time so that you can really see how I'm going about it. Once you pick your beads and you bring it down to the end of your thread, where your beads sort of end, put your needle into your fabric and come out halfway just by the side, just like this. Can you see what I just did? Okay, and then bring your thread out, okay. So just take a look at this. I'm going to be doing it again so that you are able to see and understand. So pick up your beads, all right, and once you have the number of beads, ensure that you maintain the number of beads that you start with, okay, so that everything can look uniform, okay. Once this is done, go into your fabric where the beads number ends, then come out halfway by the side just like this. So I believe that now it is really clear. So take a look at it a few more times so that you can really understand. But I believe that with the explanation that I've just done, you already understand how to go about it. This is what you are going to keep doing for the number of lines. On this dress, I'm going to have a couple of lines, but I'm going to be using 2 designs on this shoulder part, okay. Now you can see that I'm done with this first design, and now I'm going to be showing you another design on the next line. I'm just going to be making the design like 1 inch or ½ inch apart, okay. For the next design, I'm going to be taking a pinch of fabric just to start the design. Get your thread into your fabric, okay. So I'm using still the illusion thread, okay. So once I make my starting knot just like that, the start stitch, that part is secured. Now I start picking my beads just like this. The number of beads is totally up to you for this, all right. So once you get to where the number of beads can cover, then you move on to the next, okay. Take a close look at how I am doing this, okay. Pick up a number of beads, all right. You bring it down to your fabric like this, all right. So once you get to the end, you choose your spacing, okay. The spacing, the movement is totally depending on how close or how far apart you want your beading design to be, all right. So pick up more beads. Ensure that the beads that you are starting with is the beads that you continue with. This is important so that everything can really look similar for all of the designs that you are creating. You don't want some to be longer and some to be shorter, okay. So once you are in, you choose your spacing just like you see me doing right now. This design is a very straightforward design, which I believe that it is quite easy to understand. So once you are choosing like a similar number, by the time you are done 5, 6, you know how much distance it can now cover. Then you can now keep moving. You don't really need to bring the beads down anymore before you just move to the next, and then you will see that everything will look good, okay. So this design is quite simple and easy. So if you have watched this video this far and you have found it helpful, now is a good time to give this a thumbs up. You have loved this video, you have gotten value for it, please give it a thumbs up to show your support to this channel. and subscribe if you have not done so already. Okay, thank you. And the next thing you need to do is to do this on a couple of lines where you have made or that you intend to work on. So I'm going to be creating the first design on the next line. Okay, and then you can see that I have done the first design that we created on this next line. So the next thing that I am going to do now is to now create that last design, the previous design, on the next line. And that's how I'm going to finish like the whole shoulder area that you see right now. Another important tip I would like to share with you, especially when you're working with illusion net, when you get to the end of a line, because you're working with multiple lines, try to secure that line a little bit, even if it's just one knot. Make and on the end of that line, that way each line is like an entity. They don't get to interact so much with each other, like dragging each other, something like that. Okay, and if you would like to get a class on intensive fabric beading, do well to WhatsApp this number that you see on your screen. Okay, we have online and physical classes, so WhatsApp that number on your screen if you want a more intensive fabric beading class. Next, now after making my just one knot on that point, I move on to the next line just like this, and I choose that next design. I told us that I'm going to alternate one design here, the first design, then the second design, then the first, and that's how I'm going to cover this entire shoulder area. And that's exactly what I will be doing onto this part. Okay, and once I am done doing that, here is what I have. And you can see how pretty our illusion is looking already with the two designs. Up next now, I'm going to be showing us the last design, which I'm going to be doing on the hem of this sleeve. And for this, I'm going to be using my regular thread. Okay, so just make your knot to start your stitch. Once you have properly made your knot, and then you are ready to start picking up your beads, and then you start beading the sleeve. So first thing I'm going to do is pick up my beads. Pick up a number of beads that is wide enough to cover the area that you actually want to bead on. So once you have done that, then you can pass your needle into the fabric just as you are seeing me do right now, and then you choose your spacing. Okay, so after you pick your spacing like this, you want to pick up your beads again, and then you repeat that process. Now the spacing between the two beads determine how full or how the density is what I mean. Determine how dense or how light the design is going to look like. If you want it to be light, the spacing should be wider. If you want it to be really dense, let your spacing be shorter. And then you keep moving like this. Pick up your beads, bring it down, then move on to the next. After choosing your spacing, you pick up your beads, all right, just as you see me doing right now. There's no other thing to it. This design is just as simple as it looks. All right, this design is just as simple as it looks, and you can see how far I have beaded now. All right, and these three designs that I've showed you in this video, they are all very easy design that you can try out even as a beginner. If you can practice this, I'm confident that you'll be able to master this in no time. I believe that you have found this video really helpful, and if you want an intensive fabric beading class, do well to WhatsApp that number that I have shared with you on the screen. And if you are not a subscriber on this channel, why not? This video has been helpful. Tutorials here has been really helpful because I see the great comment that you all leave to me. So do well to subscribe, and then here is the final result of this design that I have just showed you. Thank you so much for watching, and you can see the neckline, and then you can see our sleeves as well. And this is me just rocking my dress. I hope that this video has been really interesting, educative, and fun. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you again in this next tutorial. Thanks for watching.